What up, Hard Squad? Today, I'm revealing the grades of never-released Pokemon cards. About a month ago, I did a video here on the channel where I showcased never-released Pokemon complete sets straight from the factory, and I left it up to you, the viewer, to decide which cards did you want me to grade. These complete sets that look like the following were taken into consideration, and of course, your thoughts on what cards to grade, and I got some cards graded. They are finally back, and if you'd like to offer more input on what rare cards you'd like to see get graded, you can go back to that video. I will leave it linked in the description below, and choose more cards that you'd like to see graded. And today, I got several graded. And before we do, I got some other grades to reveal to you once again. And of course, if you enjoy my Guess That Grade series or my grading Pokemon cards series, please consider subscribing to the channel because I'll be doing lots more. And of course, leave a big ol' thumbs up on this video. Guys, can we get to 10,000 likes? Give yourself pats on back if we do. So without further ado, I also have this. This is my trusty black light. It doesn't have a name or anything. It's just the regular black light. We'll be using this to see if we agree with the grade. But like I mentioned before, all of the cards that were graded were from things like this. This is the set Pokemon Dragon Frontiers. It may not be from this specific set, the cards that we get graded, but these were the complete sets that were straight from the factory, given to Pokemon employees. And that is what, so hopefully they are in really good condition. Before we get into it, I have some incredibly rare Pokemon cards that were graded and kind of have the same theme of today's video. Not video. Let's check out the first one. My friends, this is one of my favorite cards, a Mew Gold Star card that coincidentally was from this Dragon Frontiers complete set. This lovely thing has a score of 9.5 from the grading company called Beckett Grading Services, or BGS. This one has a centering of 9.5, edges 9.5, corners 9, and surface of 9.5. In other words, if you do a little conversion compared to like other grading companies, this could potentially be a front runner for getting a PSA 10. That is just dust that's unfortunately in there. However, you can take a quick look. I will just be going through these a bit faster and also giving you the value of each of these cards. So there's the first one. Next up we have Mewtwo Gold Star. This is from, also coincidentally, happens to be this set, Holland Phantoms. This one's a bit different. It's 0.5 away from getting a Beckett 9.5. Those are big differences. But you would still give this one a PSA 9 if you want to do a little comparison. But this is a great one. It's really in great condition, and don't always agree with the grades on some of them, but most of the part they are good. Here is a Kyogre Gold Star. This is from EX Delta Species. This is also 0.5 away from getting a BGS 9.5. Then we have a Groudon, which is, unfortunately, centering got an 8.5 on this one, which you can kind of tell from left to right. And then, of course, it's better centering on the back, but it's still in that silver, very nice label until you get to this one, unfortunately. This was also from Dragon Frontiers over here, the complete set, and unfortunately, this one has 8, so it gets the paper label, I know. And it has a centering of 8, 8.5, surface is an 8, and centering, or corners have an 8.5. Nothing I can do on that one. This one, unfortunately, with it being Charizard and one of the most sought after Gold Star cards, you know, there's nothing you can do. So there's that one. Then we have a Latios Gold Star. Sorry if there's been reflections. This one, the surface is an 8.5, and I couldn't figure out exactly, because that's not the best when it comes to surface. However, centering is also not too perfect from right to left. Let's see what they gave centering. Yeah, 9, so that's about right. But it comes in that 9 label, so I'll take it. This one is an 8.5 for Latias Gold Star. Surface is a 7.5 for this one, so it just got a little bit worse. But at least it still has the metal label for this one. Then we have a very, very nice Pikachu Gold Star. 0.5 away from getting a BGS, 9.5 if you take a look at those scores at the top. Otherwise, it is a beautiful card. And then we have the rarest and most valuable Gold Star Pokemon card of them all, the Rayquaza Gold Star. This one has a 9, which is very nice. Centering, 9. Edges, 9.5. Corners have an 8.5, which is okay. It's not bad. And then surface has a 9. So overall, this is very, very nice for what is the most valuable Gold Star card there is. And those are the ones I currently have. In this box, I have taken cards that you have recommended from that video. Without further ado, let's one at a time reveal the cards. Didn't do a little guess that grade this time, wanted to get straight into the reveals. So let us check the first card. It is it's a Vaporeon, I believe. Yep, no, Suicune Gold Star. I just saw the water type. So Suicune Gold Star is a 9. Well, keeping up with the theme, let's take a look-see here. So this is really nice. Centering, edges, surface, all got 9.5s, but the corners got an 8.5. So let's take a look at the corners real quick. We got the black light. Okay, so we'll notice right here, there is whitening. Little whitening up there. That is perfect, and there's definitely whitening at the bottom right. So I will accept this grade. Just looking at the lowest grade, the other ones are very, very nice. If that went up to a 9, that would be a 9.5, but the corners, you saw the corners. So I'll take it, and that was very nice. As long as it's not like a paper label, I'll take it. All right, Raikou. It's also a 9. Oh, are we 0.5? No, we're not 0.5 away. So centering and edges both got 9.5s. Corners got an 8.5. So we'll take a look at that. And then of course there's surface, which you really got to get a close look at that. But so the corners got an 8.5. You can instantly tell without even the black light. Whitening right there. A little speck. And there's a little speck there too. So, all right. I'll take it. It keeps up with the common theme of the silver label, so I'll take it. Next up, what do we got? What do we got here? This one is, all right, Entei. And are you ready to see a 9? So we got 9s all around, with the Entei getting 9.5. So the centering and edges, very difficult categories, centering most specifically to get good grades in, have 9.5 scores. The surface got an 8.5. I know I didn't look at the surface for the Raikou, but let's definitely look at this one. Corners got a 9. So let's compare these corners, as there is whitening right there. Little speck right there. Little speck right there, and a little speck right there. I'll take that 9 for the corners. And then, if we could kind of tell, it's very difficult. You really got to get closer look, not on camera for surface-wise. Sometimes you'll see specks on the card, or there'll be factory lines. I don't really see too many factory lines happening. That was a nice back though. That's a nice back that you got there, Entei. I don't see any factory lines usually on the Gold Star cards. And by the way, the Gold Star cards, if you have absolutely no ideas what these are from sets in the mid-2000s, 2005 here, that are basically some of the most least populated or printed sets of all time, because Pokemon at the time was not as popular as it is now. Straight from the sources, they just didn't print a lot of these things. So Gold Stars are incredibly difficult to pull and are some of the absolute rarest cards that you can pull in the English Pokemon TCG. So there's Entei. What else did we get graded? This is a Metagross Gold Star, I believe. And it is an 8.5. We still got the silver label, thankfully. So he's centering got an 8, but you can instantly tell from the yellow to that side, it's more on that side. Edges got a 9.5. That hasn't been a problem. Corners and surface both got 9s. So obviously the centering was the big thing here. It looks better centering on the back. Little whitening at the top right. That's perfect. That looks a little speck down there and a little speck down there. Otherwise, surface, if you want to take a look, I don't see any just from like far away glances. Anything crazy, but obviously there's always like that chance for like that hollow bleed or some factory lines, especially on Metagross here. There's just a lot of holofoil in that area. But in any case, it sticks. As long as it's not a paper label, I'm very happy about that. Alrighty then. Next up we have, we're moving on to looks like a different set here. Trico is a 9. All right, Trico, let's see what you got. This is from EX Team Rocket Returns. Centering and edges, surprise everybody, both 9.5s. Corner has a 9, and surface has an 8.5. All right, let's go straight to the corners because those are quick and easy to take a look at. Very minuscule speck of whitening, some whitening on that one, and that one is perfect, but just so you can see those. And then there was the surface, which I don't really see much on the back. I would always say, if anything with the surface is going to be wrong, it's going to be with the fronts of the cards. Could be some factory lines. I don't see any off a quick glance, but there we go. So Trico coming in, keeping that theme up of the silver label. Can we get a gold label, please? Or above? Torchic, I believe it's also from the same set. Are we ready? Let's see it. It's a 9! Surprise! Wow, this one. Look at that. This one is a straight shooter. It's all 9s all around. It is a true Super Saiyan 9 for Torchic. That's actually really nice. To have it all 9s, nothing less than a 9. I'm curious about that. Yeah, I guess centering's a bit off from right to left this time. Edges. Let's take a look at everything for this card because this is a pretty valuable card. Corners, that's perfect. Perfect. There's some whitening on the edges, I think. Like, just like here. If you like, try to see it. Looks like there's some whitening. Corner, little speck of whitening, and then there's definitely whitening. That big right there is the reason why it's not a 9.5 for corners. Otherwise, I don't see much on. Like I said, it's always hit or miss for the surface. Lots of holofoil, lots of chances for scratches or factory lines on that one. But in any case, there is the Torchic coming in at a 9. We got several graded cards left. Still holding out hope for the Mudkip. Let's see what we can do on this one. It's a 9. Congrats, everybody. It's a 9. Wow, this one has great scores. 0.5 away from getting that gold label. 9.5. So centering and corners, of course, but the surface is a nice score. Let's check out the centering. It looks much better centering on the back, but still. Little speck of whitening right there. Perfect. Speck of whitening and a speck of whitening down there. So just so y'all can see. That's unfortunately, but centering, I would give the centering a 9. I've seen centering like this get a 9.5 too, but you know, you always want to look at the cards when you're comparing it to the grade. So that's a very nice one for the Mudkip. What do we got next? Still waiting. This is, alright, so now it's a Vaporeon, and there we go! A 9.5. I think it's our first gold label of the day from the set EX Power Keepers. The only thing is the corners, and we can take a look at the corners real quick. Doesn't matter anyway, from a grading standpoint, but of course you always want it to be better. There's some whitening on there, little speck right there. Little speck, and that corner is good. So that's the first one, is a Vaporeon, and it has a beautiful 9.5. And I believe the next one should be also an Evolution from the same set. Let's see. It's Jolteon, one of my favorite evolutions. Let's see it. It's a 9. But look! What? Edges got a 10! A flawless 10 for the edges. Centering got a 9.5. Surface got a 9, and corners got a 9. Now, if edges got a 10 and centering got a 9.5, shouldn't this still round up to a 9.5? I'm curious about that, right? Shouldn't that get a 9.5? I would think. Anyway, I'm taking too much time. All right, let's take a look. Still, this is a really, really nice grade. Little whitening right there, little speck, perfect corner. There's always like one perfect corner of these cards, and that one is great. All of these cards in these 9s would go to a PSA 9 if you want to compare it, so very nice. Thing about these, like with these Beckett's and stuff, is really cool about you get the subcategories, and while it's a 9.5, you can see if it really would be a strong potential candidate for a PSA 10 or higher, like a strong PSA 10. All right, my friends, we are at the final card, and this is Flareon. Once again, if you would like to submit names of cards you'd like to see graded, there was a lot, please check out that video linked in the description and let me know. 9.5, what a way to finish off these grades. 9.5s all around for Flareon except the corners, surprise. Let's take a look at those corners. Little speck at the top right, perfect speck at the bottom right. Otherwise, really cool. Funky look there. So there we go, my friends. Flareon Gold Star coming in at a Beckett 9.5. You want more videos? Click on that one right now. My name is Leonhart. Stay awesome, stay positive, and as always, I will see y'all in the next video.